We're going to be doing a podcast all day long in our golfing voices. The weather is beautiful outside, a crisp but yet lovely 72 degrees currently. Wind coming out of the southwest barely.
First off here, we have the draft to discuss in length and detail.
Well, out of the number one draft picks for the Seahawks, they had two. Very exciting as they rose to the occasion, I believe.
I can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
I can't do it. I can't do it. That was our
welcome
best
to
golf.
the actual Section 325 podcast. We wanted to use our golfing voices. Beautiful weather outside. Literally, if it stays like this, I'll be called Deshaun in no time.
Deshaun.
Deshaun.
You want to be called Deshaun?
Well, no, I just get
Okay,
so dark.
okay.
I changed my name to Deshaun naturally.
I like it. I like
Gotta
it.
smile a little more.
I've never.
You see
It's
me
never
coming?
happened to me before.
No.
No.
I wouldn't imagine
No.
anybody's ever called you Deshaun.
No. Definitely not. That never will happen.
Yeah.
Even if I stand out in the sun for 80 straight days.
80 straight days.
80 straight days.
Why,
yeah.
What made you pick 80? Steve Largent?
Because I think I've done like 40 before, and I just don't get any darker.
40 days and 40 nights.
But exciting stuff. We've got a lot to
Gosh.
talk about. We got back in the studio.
Yeah,
And we got an NFL. It's
NFL,
awesome.
I went to my first draft party. I've never been to a draft party. You were there for a second.
I was there, and then I went to my home party, which was me and my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best party. But yeah, it was super fun and getting together to watch the draft, and they made a big deal about it in Kansas City. Did you see all the people?
It was way better than New York. I mean, because in New York, it's your average event. You know, it's not a big
It was
deal.
the same,
Everything,
you know, it's kind of like the Heisman. You know, it's the same boring thing every year. Just
Kansas
tell me
City.
who won and get it over with.
Kansas City was probably the biggest thing that's happened there besides the Chiefs.
Yeah,
You know,
the chefs. The chefs.
Could you imagine if they brought the draft to Coeur d'Alene? Where would we have it? Where would we have it?
Down by the lake.
Yeah,
On
oh,
the
yeah.
golf course, probably?
Yeah, down by the river on a Friday night. I'm just kidding.
Pale Moon
That was
River.
stupid.
and the-
Yeah, that was,
Is that how it
was
goes?
stupid.
I can't remember.
But anyway, yeah, no, that would be cool. It's right down by Tubbs Hill right there, or set up shop in the.
I don't think
I
you'd
always
go
thought
wrong.
it'd be cool if the Hagedons ever wanted to just create like a floating stadium. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be awesome.
Probably
I
take
don't-
up the whole lake, but
I mean, with
they
that
already have a floating green, maybe a floating stadium.
floating stadium, like for
For-
basketball, pickleball, perhaps.
Well, pickleball would work. Yeah, pickleball. Sure.
We have the number one pickleball
I
player
was
in the
somebody
world
told
here.
me yesterday at the resort that they were trying to put pickleball courts in where they had those tennis courts. Remember that? Right by the
Yeah.
driving range.
They should.
Well, they were going to, but the people that have those condos that are like $5 million all voted no because pickleball is too loud. So anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I was concerned for them. I really was. But
It's amazing when you get a little more money how you can just throw your weight around.
yeah, well,
I don't know what that's like.
yeah, I don't know what that's like because I don't have
mean,
any weight to throw around.
I'm already a
I
physical
don't know.
presence myself,
yeah.
so I don't need much weight
Oh
to
man!
throw around.
Speaking of that, went golfing yesterday at the resort.
Yeah, how was it?
It was good. It was good.
Did you get burnt?
Yes, the
little
day
color?
before. The day before I
I
did really
definitely
bad.
got some color.
Yeah, yours comes
Look
in
at
nice,
this. Here
right?
it is. Look at this. Look at- Oh yeah, I got the farmer's
And
tan
the
going.
woman's viewership just went up even
Yeah,
more.
even more.
But
Ladies, pay attention.
you know, I've been consistently in the gym, nothing fancy, you know, for 3 or 4 months now. And you know, I can tell a little bit with my body, but not like a ton. But I was out my first round of the year, out there hitting driver, and I probably added 10 to 15 yards easily on every drive.
Again?
already,
More?
already.
You already outdrive me that
number
much
9, I hit it.
consistently.
Number 9, I won the long drive. I hit it 351. I had like 190 yards into the wind.
Wow.
Yeah, and number 11, that little par 5 with the water on the left.
Yeah.
I had an 8-iron in 164 yards from the white. I played the whites, but
Okay.
anyway.
Well, I mean,
just
you
have
are
to
an
brag on
amateur
myself a little
player.
bit. Yeah, hey.
I mean, but you should be
maybe
playing
I'm
for the league.
going pro soon. So
I would hope so. It would add a little more to this show.
it would add a little more spunk.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine? It's Sean and our PGA golf pro, Zach Davis.
Oh man, well let's get into
into
kind of
it.
talking about the draft a little bit, talking about our Seahawks, seeing your thoughts. I know we're going to grade some draft picks or drafts as well for certain teams.
Yeah, well, let's break down the start of the entire draft. Bryce Young to the Carolina Panthers. How'd you feel about? Do you think Bryce Young was the best?
I don't really know. It's hard to tell with Alabama quarterbacks because you just don't know. Like AJ McCarron,
Any quarterback, really.
AJ McCarron, for example, won 2 national championships with Alabama. Obviously, he wasn't the number 1 pick, but
I think people saw what Tua did,
they
what
have the best
Jalen,
offensive lines. Yeah.
what those guys are doing.
But I like the way he carries himself, though. I think
I like how
I
excited.
like the way that he presents himself. I think he's ready for the moment more than the other guys.
They say he's the same height as Russell Wilson, but
Yeah.
I liked when he got excited that C.J. Stroud went second,
Yeah.
and a lot of
I'm
people.
always excited for people that get second to me too. When people lose to me, I usually congratulate them.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
C.J.
I did like that.
Stroud.
Too.
I love the NFL memes about him because he took that test and got like an 18% on it or something.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah,
like a school
They
test.
said he was gonna. No, they do an NFL intelligence test for
geez.
quarterbacks, and like like Patrick Mahomes and the Bills quarterback, they rated like 80s, 90s in there. He was an 8. I think it was 18% C.J. Stroud. So they were tearing him up about being dumb.
I wonder what Geno tested on that.
Geno?
98% probably.
Probably.
Yeah. Is there even a percentage for Geno?
I think whatever he goes up against Russell Wilson, he does better.
Yeah.
So Russell Wilson has 1 Super Bowl. Geno's going to have 2.
Yeah.
What do you think
I think
about
so.
that?
I mean, he's only got 7 years left at the most.
Well, the Seahawks definitely improved over the weekend. I mean, that was
but enough
great
to win
draft.
2 Super Bowls. We'll get into it.
We're definitely going to get into it.
I mean, I thought Bryce Young was. I think everybody kind of expected that pick. That was a good pick. I think Panthers will be pretty good.
Well, Carolina can't draft quarterbacks. I mean,
who have they drafted? That's become Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Borderline successful. Had like two good years.
Well, then they brought in guys that people drafted high.
They did. Jake Delhomme. I don't know if they drafted him, but
yeah, Delhomme got him to the Super Bowl.
I like old Delhomme. He was a guy.
Took him to a Super Bowl, and they lost the NFC Championship to the Seahawks in 2005.
Yep. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold they brought in, and then who was the guy from Louisville that played for the Vikings? Couldn't stay healthy. And then he was the Vikings, Carolina.
From Louisville?
He played at Louisville. He was before.
Oh, Bridgewater.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, Bridgewater. That's right. That's right. They haven't had like a great, besides Cam Newton, like for a couple of years.
Yeah.
The Panthers haven't had. Did you know? I think it was Frank Wright that was their quarterback, their first year that they were a franchise.
Frank Wright?
Their coach. Yeah.
Oh, really?
He was the quarterback. He was their quarterback the first year.
Oh, so he left the Bills and then went there to be their starter. Yeah, because he had that great comeback.
Oh, yeah.
Against
For
the
Bills.
Raiders. I watched
Yeah.
that game. The Raiders were up like 50-something to 3. I don't even know. It was crazy. And
I think I saw that on old timers highlight.
Yeah, brought them all. I was in high school. I was in high school.
That's going to be, I think they're going to be an up and coming team. I mean, they good coach, good young guys, good defense. They already have a good defense.
Carolina. Well, and remember how they were playing last year?
They beat us. They took it to us.
Yeah, I did not expect
That was like my least favorite game of the year for the Hawks.
So if you think about the Seahawks, if they have games like that, there's no way we're going to win a Super Bowl.
No. Yeah. But, a lot of that's,
But we beat
I think
teams
we
like,
shored some of those things up in the draft. I think we had a lot of deficiencies last year.
They have to be able to maintain the way they were scoring on offense and finish off games, score more points in the fourth quarter, second half, which they kind of were a second half team for most part. But defensively, they've got to start shutting people down.
Yeah.
You can't allow 30 points, upper 20s in the NFL.
Well, Jamal Adams that game had a. I'm just kidding. We didn't have Jamal Adams that game because he
Jamal
only
Adams.
lasted a quarter. So
He did get that one sack on Russell Wilson and then tore that.
hey, that was it. That was
That
all
was
we
worth
needed.
it.
That was all we needed.
Can we should probably stop the show and just give a round of applause to the Denver Broncos for everything they did for the Seahawks.
Thank you, Denver. Thank
Not
you.
just the Seahawks. Let's talk about the Kraken.
Yeah.
Right? The Kraken beat the defending NHL Stanley Cup champion,
Yep.
Colorado Avalanche, in a 7-game series to move on.
That it's
Congratulations.
the curse of Russ.
Curse of Russ.
Colorado teams will
They're
never
doomed.
be able to get past Seattle teams for the rest of the time.
Never. And then
Yeah.
remember Super Bowl 48. Who did we play in
Well,
that Super
not a lot
Bowl?
of people remember that Super Bowl because it was over by halftime.
Yeah.
So
first quarter.
yeah,
Really?
I know Peyton Manning doesn't want to remember that Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
What was it? 46-8 was the final score.
Ah, man, that's just
46,
sounds
and we
terrible.
let the
that
gas
just sounds, That just sounds terrible. They should have given us a couple of Super Bowls. Just man.
Well, we almost did.
No,
Let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about that. But yeah, no, that was a good pick. Second pick overall.
Okay, how shocked were you when the Texans? Okay, they get C.J. Stroud, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, who did they trade with? Was it Arizona?
Yep.
So Arizona's sitting there like, oh, Arizona's going to get Will Anderson, and then whammo, they don't take him. They trade out to get the 6th pick that they traded back up. Weird. And then Texans get the best defensive player and one of the best quarterbacks in the draft back to back.
Yeah, I don't want to say I was shocked.
I was shocked.
I did not see it coming, but once they made the trade, I was like, Texans are going for it. They got a good coach now. But I was more frustrated. Why couldn't have we made a move like that? Why couldn't have we tried to, stretch up for Will Anderson? Obviously they didn't.
Maybe
obviously
they didn't
the Hawks
like
had
Will.
their guys. They had their guys. I think.
Maybe if Will's there, they take him, but maybe he's a guy like we think we've got guys that we can get in later rounds, which they did. We'll go over that.
Yeah.
They got some dogs.
They
in
did.
the later
They
rounds. And
But I was shocked. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I don't know draft cap well enough or value picks well enough to really know, but a lot of people criticize them for kind of maybe not, you know what I mean? Like trading up and having 2 picks right away, and it wasn't a great value. I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, if these 2 guys pay off for them, that's going to be a scary team.
Yeah, Devin Witherspoon and Jackson Smith. Are you talking about Seahawks?
Oh, no,
or
I was talking about the Texans.
Oh, the Texans. Yeah, C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson.
A lot of people were criticizing that move to go up to the 3rd, but I mean, if both those guys pan out for them,
Dude, Will
it's
Anderson.
going to be dangerous.
He's going to be a stud.
With D'Amico Ryan as his coach.
I think the Seahawks just figured he wouldn't be there. But I got to tell you, the biggest shock for me is Anthony Richardson.
Man, me too.
Going that high.
He didn't even throw a touchdown pass in his first 4 games of the year.
And he only has 13 starts in college.
I mean, we just had Ken on the show. He was a Colts fan.
Ken's like, no.
And he's got it. You know what's surprising about that pick? If the Hawks would have drafted him at 5, I think that would have made more sense. But it's the Colts, and they have an unstable program. They have an unstable owner. Yeah, I mean, that's a high risk, man.
Maybe the Colts aren't going to even let him throw the ball. Maybe he's just going to be
not Baker Mayfield, Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew.
He's gonna
Minshew magic.
Minshew is going to play in front of him, and we'll see how it goes.
I'm excited to see how Minshew does in a full
too.
NFL season because he is good.
He's a good player.
Go Cougs, by the way. Go Cougs.
But Anthony Richardson, huge gamble there. They must have loved him. And obviously, this is one of the stories of the draft is Will Levis fell to the 2nd round. So,
and Will Levis puts mayonnaise in his coffee.
And he eats bananas with their peels on.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
I saw it.
But did you see what he was rolling with at the draft? The girl in the red dress?
Yeah, well, he had so many girls
he had quite
sitting
a few.
around him. Nobody knew what
I
was
didn't
going
notice
on there.
any of them but the one in the red dress.
Did you see the meme where they had her like looking away, frustrated, and the caption would say, what about CJ? Is he single?
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, let me get.
Or is Anthony Richardson single?
Yeah. So he
poor Will
goes
Levis,
second pick of the 2nd round, right?
He's in the best. He's in the best spot.
He is in a great spot.
I mean, he's
Tennessee
pretty
needs
much.
a
If I was
quarterback.
to anticipate Ryan Tannehill having a baby,
it
would be Will Levis. They are the same player.
Here it goes to show.
Aren't
how
they the
much,
same? They're the same guy.
Basically. I mean, he's probably a little stronger than Tannehill, but he's built pretty good.
Yeah.
He's strong.
He's strong. Yeah.
But here's how much I know about football, right? I really wanted the Hawks to draft the quarterback that Tennessee drafted last year. I just can't remember his
Malik
name.
Willis.
I wanted that guy. So
he was a big deal coming in. He was kind of like Anthony Richardson a little bit. But
Yes.
he can go 4th overall.
very similar.
Yeah.
And if Malik was good, would they be drafting a guy like Will Levis
Would they have started whoever they start? Remember they started that guy the last 2 games of the year last year?
over him?
Over him. The guy that was a scientist or something?
Yeah,
From Tennessee?
Something crazy. They just pulled him out of he was in there just studying COVID.
I mean,
and then,
they did not. They must not like him at all. So it's
He'll
kind
probably
of
get
sad
released.
for him. Yeah, but
maybe
I thought that was a
Seattle
great
gets
pick.
him anyway. They bring him in.
maybe
He
they
plays
bring him
behind
in,
Geno.
Ride him behind Geno. Maybe he gets Geno some water here and there, and that's about it.
Yeah,
for
washes
him.
his jock strap.
Watches Drew Lock throw an interception or two.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
And that's just on the sideline.
But anyway, yeah, that was a surprise pick for me. Mm-hmm. We'll see how it goes. But here we are at number 5.
Number 5, the Hawks waiting.
This was a surprise pick.
Oh my gosh, I
wasn't-
was shocked.
At the end of the day, I
last
wasn't
thing
mad about it.
The last player you would ever think is a corner, right?
Who were you thinking going into that? With those 4 guys off, who were you thinking we were going to pick?
I thought we're getting Jalen.
I thought so,
Jalen
too.
Carter. I thought for sure we're going to pick
Or maybe
him up.
Tyree Wilson. He kind of went early. Yeah.
Yeah,
I did
Tyree
too.
Wilson was another guy that people were very high on. And then the Raiders. People were giving the Raiders an A for it. But, man, that offensive tackle that went after Devin to the Cardinals,
He's good.
big boy.
He's good. Yeah.
Big boy. I mean, he just looks the part.
He just looks the part. I mean, and they needed that. I was excited not to see Will Anderson. I was excited that we don't have to see Will Anderson playing for the Cardinals. Having to watch him come after Geno. Not that he would catch him, because Geno's fast.
Geno's
but,
pretty fast.
But yeah, no, that was a surprise. Now looking back, I'm not mad about it. It just wasn't a guy that I knew a lot about going in, or had a lot of. I didn't think they were going to stretch up for a corner.
Yeah,
But
and
they
then
must really want to build that up.
I love that number 9, Jalen Carter goes to the Eagles to play side by side with the guy they drafted a year ago out of Georgia.
Yeah.
So now the NFL memes is making fun of the Eagles. So they showed the new Eagles logo with the Georgia G in the middle. I thought that was great.
Yeah, there's got to be some tampering stuff. What's going on here? I mean, those 2 programs are just. It's pretty much facilitating players for the Eagles, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Jalen
I think
Carter-
they were upset that they couldn't take Stetson Bennett. The Eagles should have taken Stetson Bennett.
Stetson, huh?
Come
I
on,
don't know.
come on. But
Yeah. Well, the
Devin
Niners.
Witherspoon. I mean, after seeing videos of Devin Witherspoon, watching him play, I mean, I'm excited for him to come in.
Didn't Stetson Bennett go to?
Went to the Rams.
Oh, the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I knew it was one of the NFC West teams.
We're gonna have to watch him play if he ever gets some time.
He could.
Yeah.
He could. And the Niners didn't take a quarterback.
The Niners didn't take anyone because they didn't
They
really have
picked a
much.
kicker,
They did take a
Jake
kicker.
Moody.
But the Niners don't really need a lot. They already kind of have their team.
Dude, they
you know?
they are going to be scary for
They are.
years, the
They
next
are,
several
man.
years. And it'd be like, I kind of wish they just would have won the Super Bowl this last year, got it over with. So
Yeah,
they
now
don't
they're
have
gonna
that
be
hunger.
motivated. Yeah,
They're going to be still motivated.
I agree.
You know how teams drop off after they win.
But you know that's a weird team because they really don't know who their quarterback is, and they really never have.
Yeah.
I mean, they still don't know. I was talking to a Niner fan yesterday, and he was kind of like, "Well, I think it'll still probably be Trey Lance if he's healthy."
Trey.
I was like, "What?" Yeah, I don't know, but not something we have to worry about, because we have one of the best quarterbacks in the league,
Eugene Geno Smith the third.
But yeah, I mean, what did you think of any other surprises in the top 10 for you? I like Jalen Carter too. I thought that was a great pick. I thought that was a great place for him to be in Philadelphia.
Boy, the Falcons drafting a running back at that high pick, when their defense could use some help.
Yeah.
That was a little shocking. I mean, I know
like
he's a
that pick, though,
talented
because
guy. He's super talented, but
Because
at
really,
running back,
you get like 5 years out of your running back.
that's the thing, right?
5 or
you
6
just-
good years, Name a good. Well, I guess you still have like McCaffrey right now. He's been in for about 5 years. Kamara.
Yeah, the guy out of Tennessee, but
Derrick Henry's been in for a
Derrick
while.
Henry, he could start fading.
5 or yeah. I mean, he's coming towards the end a little bit.
It's just because they take such a beating, right?
yeah,
running backs
Marshawn
get-
played for a while.
Marshawn was another level. That
He
was
was.
that was a different
He
cat,
was,
dude.
He
that
was, he
guy.
was. But yeah,
But he the thing with Marshawn though, and I would say Derrick Henry too, is you're not getting the shots on him. He's getting the shots on you.
yep.
He's
Yeah.
delivering the blow.
He's
I've
hard to-
seen him plow over nose tackles, dude.
Yeah.
Lynch, he's not even 5'11",
Yep.
and he's knocking over nose tackles.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to have tried to tackle him.
That'll be fun to watch. I thought it was good for the Falcons. They like to run the ball. They like to be an average team, so I think that's going to kind of keep them there. I'm just kidding, but
I mean,
but
I did
like
see the video in Vegas of Marshawn. He got tackled by those cops pretty easy onto the ground, but he was drunk.
Well, that's the thing.
That's too bad. I hope he learned his lesson.
But yeah, no other surprises for me. I didn't really know the other teams super well. A lot of quarterback. I mean, all the quarterbacks went early. Jalen Carter went so late. That was a surprise, but it is what it is. So
I just remember watching Will Anderson the last couple years in college, and to me, he's one of those players that just really stood out.
Yeah,
that really stood out defensively on what he could do. So I thought
and Ken Noble was huge on him.
He was huge on him. So I kind of the three best teams in the draft, which I included the Seahawks because I thought they did a great job, but the Eagles, I thought they did just awesome. I mean,
Nolan Smith too.
The Eagles are like the Niners. Those are the two teams to beat in the NFC. They're going to be stacked. The Eagles just made themselves.
What's frustrating about that? Like you saying that is it's true. One, second, they build their teams from the inside out. They have these big offensive, defensive lines. They have this big foundation, and then they have their skill players around that. And that's where I get a little bit frustrated with Seattle. It's like we have all the skill players we need, but you really don't know, which we addressed last year in offensive line, but we really don't know if we have the defensive line needed to hang with those teams.
Well, they're not done yet. They could bring in some free agents. There's some guys out there. If you remember their Super Bowl team, they built through the draft, but they brought in guys like Percy Harvin, who could return kicks, play wide receiver. There was somebody else I'm not thinking of, but I just remember Percy was one of the big ones.
Yeah.
But now the Eagles, they make a trade for Swift, the running back from Detroit.
That was a big shocker to me because Swift a year ago was like a top running back, and
both Lions running backs are gone. They let the other guy go.
They had Williams.
Yes,
and they drafted a running back with their 12th pick
because you don't need to pay him.
Yeah.
Why pay a guy that has got 2 years left when you can bring in a running back with they have confidence in their offensive line, obviously, but the Eagles
they definitely do.
They talk about an offensive line.
Well, they brought in David Montgomery from the Bears too.
Yes, that's true.
But so they're gonna be stacked at running back, but kind of a surprise pick on that because they had the 6th pick and they traded back,
and it's hard to know
how to taken Jalen Carter.
It's hard to know how to grade the Detroit Lions, but I was telling you before the podcast started that some programs had the Lions with a C-, and other people were giving them an A. So it's like, But Mel Kiper gave 3 teams an A, and the Seahawks were one of them.
Yeah.
Seahawks, Eagles, and he said Giants. I didn't really feel like the Giants did anything special, but the Giants have never excited me. I don't think they're that good. I think they're just like okay. Like they can beat teams, but you're not scared of them.
I think they have a fun coach now, and Saquon is something, but yeah, I don't know. They drafted some receivers, which they needed. But who did you have as your top three best drafts?
In this order, Eagles, Texans. I thought the
Texans.
I like the Texans moving up and grabbing 2 studs. If you have an opportunity, why not take it?
Yep.
Because people were upset. Oh, they gave away late draft picks for the next couple years. But I'm like, okay, late draft picks are a maybe to make your team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's if you maybe. But you get
the last 2 picks in the draft are always
6th and 7th rounders.
Unless you're a quarterback or something, usually you get cut right away.
Yeah, they get cut. They just don't make it. But
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I thought they went for it. I mean, if those 2 guys pan out, Stroud and Anderson, they've got their team for the future.
Yeah, here's the Eagles draft pick. So Jalen Carter, they took another edge rusher out of Georgia.
And then they took another cornerback from Georgia.
Yeah.
And then an offensive lineman from Alabama.
Yeah. They 3 players.
They took a quarterback. That's always kind of surprising to me. It's always kind of surprising to me when teams take quarterbacks in the draft. that
Well-
already have their guy.
A reason that they're doing that is because some of the backups that are veterans demand a bit of money,
True.
and you have a rookie, you don't have to pay him as much. And look what they're paying.
Because they had Gardner Minshew and he left, so I don't know who their back. That's their backup now, maybe.
Probably going to be their backup.
But another team that did that I thought was surprising was the Packers. They drafted a quarterback in the fifth round. I thought that was, not that Jordan Love's proven.
Jordan
himself,
Love is
but-
not proven.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to pay him. He's in the 5th year of his option.
Yeah, true.
Because if they don't pay him now,
true.
he could become a rookie and anybody could, or a free agent, and someone could pick him up next year.
True. Yeah, that's a great draft. And I think what's great about that draft is they just added to their
Speaking of the
huge players they already have.
Packers, did you see Aaron Rodgers at the Knicks game?
Yeah.
He's trying to be cool with the
I
camera.
mean, Aaron Rodgers, what's
He
going
just
on with
went-
that guy? I mean, here's a guy who every year would never want to come into spring practice. You know what I mean? Like, you'd never see him out in public. But all of a sudden he's in New York and he's in there early working with the guys.
Yeah,
He's
you
going
didn't
to the
even
games.
see
He
Russell
feels like he
Wilson
fits
do
in.
that. Russell Wilson didn't go to the mini camps.
Yeah. Well, Russell Wilson
He
went
was
to
in
the-
his office.
He did go to the Avalanche game.
Yeah.
I had to watch him lose.
I
Must
saw
be
him.
tough for him to watch Seattle teams beat any of his teams.
Did you see the video of him holding the python or the big
yeah.
snake and he's pushing it over? I was like,
Oh
he's such
man,
a dork.
that's
now.
like Gino. Gino has him gripped around like that too.
Gino, yeah, his snake's
Yeah,
bigger.
yeah. Oh, Gino.
If I was a Denver franchise owner, I wouldn't let Russell Wilson in my building.
Exactly.
Yeah,
See,
Russell.
spoken. That's true wisdom right
Russell
there.
will be lucky if he's in the XFL the next couple years.
The Rockies. Maybe they pick him up for spring training. Russ.
Russ might have to. He might have to. He might see the writing on the wall. Just go, guys.
Maybe.
I'm going to pull a Jordan and I'm going to the end.
Or maybe he's got a year of eligibility with Deion Sanders. University of
Dion.
Colorado.
Dude, what is with Dion? He's clearing out a college program. Like 47 players are gone.
Yeah, I think he's just cleaning house there, creating his own
How
culture.
do you just get rid of 47 college football players?
I don't know, but yeah, no, those are good teams. Yeah, I like that. I mean, I like that.
I broke down a bit of who do you think did the best in our division?
Easy, the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I mean, Cardinals seem like they picked some like players they
Cardinals
needed.
were the only other team with a first-round draft pick.
Yeah, the Rams there.
Rams and Niners did not.
The Rams are pretty much. They're not even like a team anymore. They're just.
It was weird because, I'm always frustrated. Seattle trades their first-round pick out, and we never have a first-round pick.
Yeah.
And for years, I don't think they did well in the draft. We did well to get our Super Bowl, and since our Super Bowl, those draft picks have not been well. But
No.
the last 2 years, now last year, we know those draft picks were good
Yeah.
because our running back and the corners, Tariq and Michael Jackson, Kobe
Yeah.
Bryant,
Kobe Bryant.
they
too.
played well. And to
Kenneth
draft
Walker?
another.
Oh yeah. Oh,
corner.
you're talking defense. Yeah.
But I will tell you what I liked about that corner. We talked about this on the phone.
Yeah.
That guy hits like who?
Cam Chancellor.
Cam Chancellor.
I think that's their piece that they're trying to put together right now. They've got Tariq Woolen, who's kind of like Richard Sherman, Then you have your heavy hitter guy, Yeah, so
I think
it'll
they're
be-
moving him to
I
safety.
like him.
I think they're going to move that guy to safety.
because they have Kobe
They
Bryant.
have the
I mean,
corners already.
I know. Yeah,
Young guys. So I think
guys they
move-
drafted last year.
I
Yeah.
think they're giving what's his name one more year to play. And if he gets hurt, they're never bringing him back.
Who? Jamal Adams.
Jamal Adams.
You think? Yeah, I don't even know if it's really in their plans for him to play.
Maybe they just cut him. Maybe they just cut him before the year.
They might.
Save on the cap a little bit.
They might. I mean, so Cardinals, Rams, and
Because Russell
why am I
Wilson,
spacing on the other team in our division?
Cardinals, Rams,
And
49ers.
Yeah.
So think about it. When we picked up Jamal, we lost 2 first-round draft picks to the Jets.
But we made the Jets good. That's
Right?
when they got Sauce Gardner.
So that was their Russell Wilson, was Jamal. So they got rid of Jamal. They were probably laughing at the Seahawks just like we are the Broncos, right?
Yep.
So by remember we talked about this. I had mentioned, I said, at the time, you're like, man, we just lost a franchise quarterback. Those are so hard to find. But we got 10 years out of Russell Wilson, and we got serious value back. And by making the trade and seeing his decline,
Now looking back, you
And
can
seeing what we got.
see. Now looking back, I couldn't see it in the moment, but you can see how much Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll, how much Russell Wilson threw off Pete Carroll's plan to build the team he wanted.
yeah,
Like they were able to do that when they drafted him in 2012. They're doing what they did now.
yeah,
Or they're doing what they're doing now, what they did then. And you can tell that Pete's drafting guys that are unique. Usually they play different sports in high school, or they have something they love to compete. You know what I mean? Like those are the guys they're drafting, and they're building up that defense. They're building up those, and you can just see that now looking back that Russ was just a big dark cloud over that.
yeah. He changed, right? And I remember when he was buying in. You know, I'll never forget. We were walked off that field. We lost to Atlanta with 17 seconds left. We took the lead his rookie year in the playoffs in Atlanta. 17 seconds left, and we won the game. And Matt Ryan throws 2 bullets across the middle. They call a timeout, kick the kick, and beat us.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll never forget the post-game interview with Russell Wilson. This is when I really liked him. And we liked him already his rookie year. He's running all over the place, making plays. And then he goes, you know, as disappointed I was walking out of that tunnel, I got a big smile on my face because I know we're going to be in the Super Bowl next year and we're going to win it. We got great guys. And then you know how he names off everybody. We got guys like Baldwin and Lynch.
Yeah.
And he's
then
going
he
down
stopped doing that.
He did.
It all changed when he met Sierra.
It was Sierra.
was,
As soon as he met Sierra, he stopped buying in.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame a guy for, you know, he's married, this life after football, whatever. But that did change. That did change him.
It changed him. It changed him.
It changed him from
And
little old Russ to
remember he kept saying stuff like,
Superstar
"Why not
Russ.
us? Why not us?"
yeah.
And then it was like,
And he was
I gotta
always
stay neutral,
mentioning
stay
Jesus.
neutral.
He was always talking about
He
Jesus.
did,
And then he never talked about. He always said maybe God here and there, but that's it.
it's here and there now.
Yeah. So
And you know that is a normal thing that everybody goes through. Okay,
Yeah.
but when you're on a platform, which here we're on a platform, not at the level of Russell Wilson, but we have an opportunity to get that out. I hope that we never change what we're doing in there. But for
I mean, there's been
him-
several times I've had to kind of bring you back down to reality, but
Dude,
you know,
as soon as I went blonde, man.
yeah.
As soon as I went blonde, by the way, it's almost grown out.
but
But a lot of
it
people
looks
are
good, yeah.
requesting that I keep it going.
Hey,
For summer.
I mean, it does look good. Yeah.
Nobody said keep it for good.
Keep it for summer.
And I have one buddy, I won't even name him because he's a jerk and he knows it. But he goes, I guarantee you're loving this and you're going to have that hair color in 2024. That's what he told me.
That's awesome.
I said, you're
Is
crazy.
that Rob Morello? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just think he's a Cowboys fan.
Murillo doesn't care. He never even said much about
Did
it.
the Cowboys draft anyone? Did they draft? Did they even do the draft?
They had one really cool draft pick, and I saw
that
one
was a
of the,
cool.
the
Yeah.
scouts.
That was a cool pick. Yeah.
He got to call his own son and go, hey, son, you want to come to work with me tomorrow? You know, he lost it, but he's like, you want to come to work with me tomorrow?
See, when I do that, when I make that call to my son, I'm crying out of just straight fear of having, you know, I
Having
don't
to
even know
work with
how
your
Yeah,
son.
no, I'm just kidding.
He knows all your bad
No,
habits.
that was a pretty cool moment.
Really cool.
Yeah, that was
really
cool. I
moment.
mean, you know, that's probably the only cool moment they've ever
And what
produced.
about the kid? He was a Make-A-Wish kid, and he came out and announced the first-round draft pick for
kid.
the Jets.
The Jets kid, that was cool.
And he come
man.
out, and
That was
with the
cool.
whatever pick it was in the NFL draft, the New York J-E-T.
That was cool.
Jets.
Patrick
Jets.
Mahomes gave him a shout out on Twitter.
Yeah,
How
he
cool would
did.
that be?
Dude, that kid
that would be
brought
cool.
it.
That was-
we got to get rid of Goodell. Or remember the one
Goodell.
kid? What did the
Goodell.
guy? What did the one guy call him? The kid. It was the kid. He called him Gazelle. Yeah, he
no.
called him Gazelle.
Giselle?
No, he called
Oh,
him Gazelle.
no.
But anyway, they got to get rid of him. Bring this kid back to announce
I know, nobody wants
everybody's
to see
draft
Roger
picks.
Goodell. Nobody ever wants to see him.
He doesn't. He just goes up with a but that kid, man, we got to
I
get
love
him
it,
out
though.
there every
I
year.
love it. Yeah.
In fact, we're going to start it right here on the podcast. That kid
think
should announce every first round draft pick.
Yeah, he should. He should.
Every pick.
I think. But that's what I'm most excited about with the Hawks. There's an energy right now. There's a feeling of next year. I'm excited for next year.
Completely flip flop from last year.
No,
Remember last year we're like, all we
Just
want to
so
do is
dead.
beat the Broncos.
Just
That's
so
our
dead,
Super Bowl,
yeah.
and whatever happens.
we have
after.
no future. Yeah.
Let's play for a good
Now
draft
we
pick.
got Gino, who I like more and more every day. You know, you see that interview with him. You see that interview with him. They were interviewing before the draft, and they were kind of Somebody
I
was
didn't see
interviewing
it.
before the draft, and they were kind of talking about if you pick a quarterback, whatever. Or no, they were like, do you feel a lot more?
Oh, I did see this.
Gosh, something about do you?
Yeah,
feel
how
like a
would
lot
you
less
feel if they
pressure
draft a quarterback?
Or they kind of were like, do you feel now that you're the starter or whatever? And I don't know. Yeah, it's just his answer was so like. Yeah,
He's like, well, if they don't, I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing.
Yep.
And if they
Continue to
do,
compete.
I'm going to get with that kid and I'm going to make him as good as I can help him all along the way
Yeah.
to be better.
Just loving it. I'm just loving that attitude.
He's saying everything right, and similar to Wilson when he came in as our starter, but this guy's a veteran now. He
But
doesn't
the
have
thing
to
about
pretend.
Wilson though is he started to get a little too ego. It was got into him, and he started to not really, even up until now, he doesn't really admit when he's wrong. It took him a long time to admit he was playing
What do
bad
we call
last year.
that? A narcissist?
I think that's hard not to become that if you get that famous.
If I'm wrong, I'm calling it right
Speaking
now.
of that, did you
but-
see the picture of Sean Payton doing a bong during
No.
the first round?
He's hitting it?
Yeah, he was hitting the bong in the first round because they didn't have a first round pick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I don't know if that was with
Well, it's
Russ.
legal
or,
in
I don't know if
Colorado.
was he the driver of the golf cart
Oh,
with
it's
Russ.
possible.
Maybe it's anything's possible.
Nobody even talked about him. I mean, just some white guy. They probably didn't even assume that he had anything to do with the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. Like there he is. There he is
Hitting it.
hitting it with a yeah. There he is, just hitting it up.
Who took that? That's in a room
That was
with
Russ.
them and shared it. Oh, this is how Russ is getting his office back. He said, "Hey, I want my office back." He's like, "Go ahead, show the picture of me getting."
See if anybody cares.
You know, he's just gonna say it's for his knee.
I
It's a
guarantee you, if that
medical-
was Russ, then it would have been different. But
It looks like his kid's there with him. Who's that guy?
it might be his kid. I mean, hey, some little family bong session. Wow. Yeah, I'm excited, but there's an energy for the Hawks. I mean, think about our team. Here's our team this year: Sean Payton,
Wow,
Russell Wilson's dad. You know what I mean? They got to bring him in to be his dad.
dude, I am excited to.
They got to
watch.
bring Sean Payton in to be Russell Wilson's dad,
Yeah.
and pretty much say, "Son, chill out.
Who's your daddy?
I'm your dad."
Yeah, I'm your dad.
But you know, think about their team. Think about their offense right now. They've got Geno, they've got Metcalf, Lockett,
Metcalf,
Jackson Smith, or what?
Jackson Smith. How do you pronounce his last name?
Njigba. They've got Noah Fant.
Noah Fant.
We've got Kenneth Walker and Zach.
Oh
running
yeah,
back, Charbonnet.
Zach Charbonnet.
Nice wine.
Yeah.
Nice fine red wine.
Charbonnet, anyone? It's third down. Let's bring in Charbonnet.
And our offensive linemen are going to be that much better. Think about that. If Jackson Smith, if he ends up being, because think of like Justin Jefferson, he was an 18th pick in the draft. If he ends up even being anything like that, I mean, the Seahawks offense is going to be unbelievable.
Dude, they're already talking about it.
I know.
They're
I mean,
already
we were good
putting
last
us-
year. I'm just looking forward to seeing Geno
I
make some
didn't
throws.
realize how high people are on Jackson Smith Njigba.
He had like
Njigba.
What did he have,
Njigba?
like,
How do you say it?
Njigba. Didn't he have like
Njigba.
350 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns in the national championship game?
Yeah.
I mean, so they're going to have to try to fit. Lockett's already the most underrated receiver in the NFL. They're going to have to try to shut him down, Metcalf
Who are-
and him.
Who are
I
you
mean, come
gonna?
on.
Who you gonna let go?
I mean, last
Who
year
are
we
you
had
gonna not
Marquise
worry about?
Goodwin, who had a pretty good year for us.
Yeah.
But
When was the last time we had 3 studs at wide receiver?
I don't think we've ever
Never.
had this. Good
Even
of
our
a
Super
wide
Bowl
receiver
team.
class.
I mean, we had
pretty
had
good
2
production.
undrafted players.
Doug
Curse
Baldwin was
and
Curse and Baldwin were super good.
undrafted,
Super good.
and they were great.
We had Parvin too, but he wasn't really a pass catching receiver as much. But I don't think we've never had a
Not a
receiving
trio
core
this way.
good. Maybe Sidney Rice. I'm just kidding.
Sidney Rice was.
He was a good player. He was a good player.
He was good.
Golden Tate.
Oh, Golden Tate. dude.
Golden Tate. Everything's Golden Tate's fault. Actually,
reason-
everything is Golden Tate's
The
fault.
reason Russell Wilson got a divorce and met. Just think if that never
Man.
happened, what would the Seahawks?
All I'm saying is keep the
be right
Seahawk
now?
players away from Geno Smith's wife. Keep them away.
Nobody's happier
want-
than Geno. That
Well, that's what I
happened.
mean. That's what I mean. Keep him away from Geno's wife.
Yeah, they're high
We
school
want him
sweethearts.
being exactly. We want him to be as focused as possible,
Mm-hmm.
but keep them all away. But then we have Kenneth Walker, and we drafted Zach Charbonnet,
and
we have the
Kenny
other guy.
McIntosh, our 7th round, 237th pick out of Wisconsin.
Yeah, who's kind of a new Travis Homer, but better. Not hard to be better than Travis Homer.
And who doesn't fumble.
But I mean, I'm loving this team.
Let's go through their picks really quick. So Devin, Witherspoon, Jackson Smith, Nijaba. They're 2 number ones. So we got a cornerback and a wide receiver. In the
I was a little
second
surprised that we got a running back in the second round. But I don't mind the pick.
So Zach Charbonnet. Well, I think that he was sitting there and they were probably like, wow, because a lot of people, you hear the fantasy people
He's
were
a good
getting
player.
upset because they're like, he's just going to take points away from our current guy, Walker, right? That's what they're thinking.
Yeah. But they're going to be a great 1-2 punch.
Here's what I say. Who cares about fantasy? I want Super Bowls, man.
Yep.
Then finally, we get to day 3. And
At this point, we're thinking, like, where's the meat? Where's the beef?
so no third round
You know.
picks. We didn't have any third round picks.
I did like our second round pick, Derek Hall. I thought that was. I think I was. I'm excited
linebacker,
for-
yeah,
Yeah,
so-
Devin Hall, Derek Hall.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I think he's an edge guy.
Well, he is. They have him listed as a linebacker, so he's
Gotcha.
an edge rusher off as an outside linebacker.
I like that
who'd
pick.
step up in
Seems
that
like a
pick.
cool guy too. Seems like
Thick.
a really cool
Dude's
guy.
Thick.
Yeah.
And they said he's got a motor on him, but
Yeah.
he lacks of moves and stuff like that. But
You could teach that.
if you got a guy who's got a motor, that's going to come in handy when you're chasing down quarterbacks in the NFC West. And
Yeah, Brock Purdy,
Purdy, he can move.
Kyler Murray, they all can move,
Kyler Murray, yeah.
except for Stetson Bennett and Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
The oldest team ever. Okay, keep
Oldest
going.
team ever.
The Rams.
The Rams, yeah. And then we get to Anthony Bradford, a guard. We finally pick up a guard because
Good
we
pick.
had no depth.
Really good pick.
Here we go. Cameron Young, thick
Great
boy
pick.
out of Auburn, nose tackle.
I loved that pick, and I loved the Mike Morris pick.
Mike Morris,
That guy
another
looks
edge.
good, man.
He does look good.
For a 5th round pick, how did he fall? I don't know. I thought that was a great pick.
Really good. And then we get a center. So we get our center to back up the guy we picked
Yep.
up out of Detroit.
Yep.
Maybe we
pick.
get him.
Great pick.
I
I don't know much about Jarek Reed. I didn't really.
don't know anything about Jarek Reed. I know a little bit about Kenny McIntosh, which are their last 2 picks. But they grab a safety.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Because they already have like 5 safeties.
Like, why not bring in another defensive nose tackle? But
That's what was surprising.
we
'cause
didn't
they
have a
already-
long snapper.
Well,
Did
they
you
know
know
that they have Jamal Adams for a quarter. So that's kind of.
And we don't have a long snapper on the roster until yesterday and free
picked one up?
unrestricted free agent.
picked one up?
Yeah, rookie free agent. They picked one up. Penn State.
Oh, okay. The old long snapper out of Penn State.
Yeah, the old
surprised he
Nittany
went undrafted. Yeah,
No,
Kenny
that's all he
McIntosh, that was a cool call. Seeing him get that call.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the other guys, when they showed it, were just like, "Hey, coach. Yeah, I'm ready to get to work."
Dude, he broke down. It was
All right.
awesome.
And he was super emotional, which I love seeing that. You know.
Well, he's probably like, he didn't think it was
Speaking
going
of
to
that,
happen.
we got to pull that up on here. Did you see the guy's reaction that got drafted by the Patriots in like the 2nd round or whatever? Type in the guy that got drafted by the Patriots reaction. You have to see this. It was the most like stone-faced, because you know how they like announced that he got picked and he was with his family at his house, and then they flashed to him sitting in his living room.
Oh, and he was pissed
And he was like
off.
this.
Is it this guy?
Oh yeah, that's him.
He was pissed because he didn't go earlier. Oh, yeah. Yeah, bro. Oh, man. Look,
shoot,
she's
man.
crying.
Shoot.
She's got all the
Nah, man,
emotion.
nah,
Mama's
man.
sitting there with the red glasses. She's got
No,
all...
man. Now I have to go play for Bill. Now I'm going to play for Bill now.
Dude, they have the same
But-
demeanor. Bill Belichick and this guy.
Dude,
they're going to
for
get
each
along
other. They're
great.
They love each other. But
Yeah, how does Bill?
yeah.
How would Bill Belichick?
hey there, man. You're here to pick you here, and we're going to draft you. And you can show up and go to work, dude.
Yeah, that's the best Bill Belichick impersonation you'll see.
So I love what we did. I actually had the Patriots. I liked their draft too. I mean, I thought they got Christian Gonzalez really late.
So I talked to my cousin, who he was texting me earlier. He is a big New England Patriots fan, and he was disappointed that they spent their first rounder on offense. Or on defense. He really wanted the offense to
I
start
can see that
stacking up.
because they don't really have a lot of like.
He was hoping for the wide receiver we got.
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of, but that's not really the Patriots DNA. They don't really draft like high caliber wide receivers or anything.
And they don't like their
know.
quarterback, which I don't.
Yeah.
He's just not.
Mac Jones, man.
There's nothing exciting about him.
There's
He
nothing-
was from
I know,
Alabama,
a lot of people
right?
say that about me, so
Is
I
he
can
from
relate
Alabama,
with him.
Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He's from Alabama.
Another
yeah.
one of those guys.
Yeah, a lot of people said about me too.
Just not that
Just
exciting.
Nothing that. Yeah, just kind of like. Anyway, so
I get it.
we've got
I
a
mean,
we got a,
I didn't
a
know. I
couple
thought it
more
was
minutes
just
here.
me.
We have first time on our show here. We want to have some feedback interaction from you guys.
Yeah.
We have a trivia question.
Let's find out who's listening, Zach.
We're going to find out who's listening, and we're going to find out who's listening all the way to the end. We want to get some engagement, and we want to see who's right here. So I don't know if we're doing a giveaway or what.
But first, let's talk about our sponsors, and then we'll get to this question.
Okay.
This is a great
commercial
moment.
break. Commercial break.
I think it's a great time. We want to mention our great sponsors, and we're excited that they want to be part of our show. But we've got you covered. We have your insurance needs covered by Jared Shippey,
Yep.
and you want to hit Jared Shippey up and
Country Financial.
Country Financial. He'll take care of your auto, your home,
Home, auto.
your life, and then he'll also
He'll take
invest
care of your life.
Take care of your life.
He'll absolutely take care of your entire life for you.
Yeah. Best Day Creations, Blair.
Yep.
Over Best Day Creations. You want to, you're getting married. You
Yep.
got a big day coming up. She can help you plan that, or she can just do coordinating the whole day.
Yeah.
Show up and just make sure everything's rolling right.
That's what you need.
Take a little pressure off the bride who, maybe making some people cry because she's
Right.
mean.
Right.
I've heard of bridezillas.
Or the groom. Groomzillas. There's been groomzillas. before.
Groomzillas.
Yeah, there's
really?
been groomzillas.
I thought they were just drunk. They didn't care.
I mean, some people turn into groomzillas when they're drunk.
Yeah.
But
Life Public House.
we got Life Public House, Dave Miller.
I drove
what
by
they're doing.
today, actually, and I could smell the beans of roasting.
Could you?
Yeah,
You
oh,
just give a
man.
little nice
They were
sniff
getting-
out the window.
They were getting after it.
Just
No,
give
yeah.
a nice sniff out the window.
I had
and
my
smell the air.
sunroof open.
This is a nice day out there.
Yeah, Life Public House. Get in there, have some great coffee, good food, great environment. Roof Max, Nick Johnson.
Yeah,
Add
yep.
5 more years of life to your roof without having to replace it. It's
It's a good one.
It's a schedule it. It's your safe, easy, proven, and affordable alternative to a complicated, expensive, and life-disrupting asphalt roof replacement.
Yep. We got Brianne Oliveira from CDA Fitness 101.
Yeah.
Get your free consultation, your one-on-one free consultation for personal training. Fun fact about personal training. I mean, I've been lifting for about 4 months in a row straight, 3 or 4 days a week, and went out and played yesterday for the first time, hit the links, and added about 10 to 15 yards on my tee shots. So
Wow.
if you want to add 10 to 15 yards on your tee shots, give her a call. Get some training.
That's important, but what else is important? I had my boat out this weekend. It was April,
Yeah.
and I had my boat out. Listen, people, Speedo season, bikini weather is coming.
Yep.
Hit
Speedo
up.
season.
You don't wear Speedo?
What? I mean,
I
you
thought
know
you
me.
wore the
You know
Tiger
me.
Woods.
Yeah, you know me.
You were the Tiger Woods.
I just didn't know it was yet. Now I'm excited.
So hit up Brianne, get in there, get into shape,
Yeah.
and show off that hard work. And
Or maybe you're gonna get married and you need to hire Blair. You need to get in shape before you get married.
that's true.
You need to get insurance because you're probably gonna buy a house when you get married.
Have kids. You
In
gotta have
order
life,
to buy
all
a
that
house,
stuff.
you're gonna have to talk to Steve Novotny
Yeah.
at Willamette Valley Bank to get a loan.
Who's going to help you get the house after the loan's approved?
Well, we know the answer to that.
Yeah.
We know the answer to that.
Yeah, there's some good realtors out.
there's some good
wait,
realtors,
yeah.
And then why not go after all of this once you've gotten married, bought a house, done all that you needed to do, got your insurance, even added 5 years to your new roof that you just got.
Well, and then you can
You go
sit
to
back
Life
and
Public
enjoy
House.
coffee that someone else
perfect.
makes
That's
you because you
perfect.
save money on your roof.
In all
we have you covered.
seriousness.
We have you covered. And, we don't ever want to go a show without talking about the best media
Yeah.
place in town.
Yep.
7-9 Media, Aaron Borg will take care of you. I know a lot of people have been reaching out and asking, who is doing your stuff?
Yep.
Right? And when people are asking who's doing our stuff, we know it's looking good.
Exactly.
And, I got to say that, our faces probably add a lot of value to 7-9 Media. And don't want to, cut us short. But
Right. Exactly.
So you're welcome, Aaron.
Exactly.
And 7-9
Give him
Media.
a call. Give him a call for sure.
Yeah.
Just don't reserve a spot at 2:00 on Mondays. But other than that, you're good.
Yeah.
But we got a couple more things. We got a trivia question.
Yeah, let's get to our trivia question now that our sponsor, we had everybody hanging by a thread to hear
We
that.
did.
I thought,
Now that we're
perfect
back from
time.
our commercial break.
Yeah.
You want to give us the question?
No, I want you to. This was
Oh,
your
okay,
idea.
okay.
I want you to run the whole
Okay,
way
so
through.
the Seahawks first year, 1976.
But yeah, I kind of want to say it. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Wow.
No, go ahead.
Wow, that was so rude.
It was.
That was so rude. Seahawks first year of existence, which I believe was Sean's birth year. or maybe you're a little bit older than them.
I'm older than the Seahawks. 1976 was the inaugural year.
How many years went by before Zach was born? That's the trivia question. I'm just kidding. So Seahawks draft first year, 1976. What was the name of the first player that they ever drafted?
And respond on all of our social media sites. We want to see your response, and we want to know that you're listening. This is how we're gonna know that you're listening.
Yeah, we want to know. We want to know. So,
and not just that, the first person to respond. Should we give a little prize out to the first person to respond on the first correct answer to respond on any site?
Yeah, gets a
because we're on what? We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
Twitter.
Yeah. So if you see this, the first person to respond, we will send you. What? What are we gonna send them?
An autographed football from us. I'm just kidding.
That's a great idea, actually.
Oh man, I don't know. What do we got out there? Gosh.
How about we give them a gift certificate from Life Public House?
Okay.
Yeah. So anybody locally that's watching, if you're far away,
we'll give you $1. We'll give you $1 gift certificate to Life Public.
Yeah. But if you live
we'll
away and you respond, we'll find out what your favorite coffee place is, and we'll get it and send it to you there.
Or if you don't like coffee, we'll find out what your favorite gas station is or something. You can pick something up there.
At the gas station? That was the first
thing.
Do
you pick anything up at the gas? Do you ever go to the gas station and go get like a
Listen,
snack?
There is okay, I have, but I gotta tell you, I prefer just going to a grocery store. I don't like going into these places.
I always get let down in a gas station.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have something, but they don't.
You know what I really like is sometimes I want a Red Bull, blueberry Red Bull. I just need to keep going for the day. I like those drive-in.
The drive-in places,
the beverage barns or whatever
the
you
beverage
pull
barn,
in.
Yeah.
I went into one yesterday. I was thirsty. I was kind of downtown, just walking around, and went down to the beach, and I was thirsty. So I'm like,
you can't fight that.
I'm heading to the golf course, and I want something to drink now. So I go through, and this guy is the one on 4th Street.
Yep.
He is hustling around every car that was in front of me. Most of the time, they move real slow.
Oh, man.
This guy was running around. He had people in and out. So, Beverage Barn on 4th Street, in a hurry, stop in there. And
maybe they'll sponsor us.
I think they probably will,
yeah.
Now that I mentioned it.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
But anyway, so tell us the trivia question again. Let's go over
So, trivia question. The Seahawks' first draft, 1976.
1976.
Who is the first player they drafted?
First player ever drafted by the Seahawks.
Yep. A would be Trent Dilfer. B.
No, don't give the answers.
Sean Alexander.
Yeah, don't give the answers.
I'm just kidding. 3 would be Steve Largent. Everyone's going to guess that.
Yeah.
But we'll see who's paying attention out there.
We'll see.
But
anyway, 49ers. Let's get into it.
we don't have too much time left.
I know. We got one.
Okay,
I want to talk about what they did because they picked up a safety. They helped out their defense. It's already awesome.
Well, I think they probably looked at Gino and the Seahawks wide receivers and
they needed some
we
help.
got to get some more depth.
And then a kicker.
Yeah, they drafted a kicker though in like the 3rd
and a tight end.
4th. Why do you draft a kicker?
Those are all their 3rd round picks.
What do you see in a kicker that makes you draft them in the 3rd or 4th?
Well, who's their current kicker? He used to be with the Bears or the Packers, and then he came over.
I don't know.
Gosh, why don't I remember his name? He was good. But maybe he's retiring, and they needed a kicker.
Maybe he is. He is, yeah. Probably.
I don't know. We didn't draft our kicker. We picked him up.
Jason Myers.
Wait, we did have him for a year. We let him go to Miami. He went to the Pro Bowl, and then we got him back, I believe.
Yeah, Jason Myers. He went to... What college did he go to?
Jason Myers?
Yeah.
Minnesota?
No.
Yeah.
Marist.
Marist College?
Marist. I don't even know what kind of college that is.
Where is Marist? Can we look that up?
Marist College is in...
Marest?
Poughkeepsie. No, it's in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Marist College.
Marist College in Poughkeepsie.
Okay. Did we draft him? I'm pretty sure we drafted him, and then he went to Miami. I'm pretty sure. Oh, look, here's Marist College right here. Wow.
What a great school.
Look at all the learning and activities.
He was with the...
Oh, boy.
He was with the San Jose SaberCats.
Oh.
And I didn't even know that was a
Okay,
team.
but we brought him in.
And then he played for the Arizona Rattlers. So he was in Arena Football League.
See, he came in and...
And he went to the Jaguars. And then he went to the Jets.
Oh, so he came to the Hawks.
The Hawks,
and then the
Jets, and then came
back
to
the
us.
Hawks.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yep.
with the Jets, he went to the Pro Bowl.
Yep. NFL scoring leader last year.
Yeah.
What a guy.
He's really... he didn't miss a kick for us last
No.
year.
Yeah, I thought the Niners had a average draft. I mean, I don't think they need much, so I
They
think
don't
they're-
need a lot.
They're gonna
Cardinals, no, they had the number one draft pick. They took that stud offensive lineman, and then they got edge rusher, B.J. Ojulari.
Mm-hmm. They had a pretty good draft. I think they had a pretty good draft.
Yeah, they did good. They got a DB and a wide receiver in the third round, and
Mm-hmm.
then the later rounds, offensive lineman. They got a quarterback, Clayton Tune.
Yeah. Those guys better be ready for their new coach.
I hope Clayton starts.
Those guys better be ready for their new coach. I mean, Seahawks could be a top 4 team in the NFC next year. Name it 4 teams that are going to be better than the Seahawks.
Next year,
Yeah, in the NFC.
Eagles, 49ers.
For sure.
I'm not going to count out
It
Detroit.
gets difficult.
I know. Can you believe we're talking about
Dallas,
Detroit?
maybe? But let's be honest. It's Dallas.
Dallas, we just don't have to
We're
worry
not talking
about
about the
them in the
most.
playoffs.
We're not. Yeah, exactly.
Right? They won't have to worry about it in the playoffs until they start winning. But yeah, I mean, Minnesota, maybe.
I mean, they might. They might.
Giants, are they going to improve? I think
Maybe.
Washington's always a
They'll
team that's
probably
on the verge
improve.
of playing well. But
Yeah, they'll probably improve.
So was
But,
it?
I mean,
was it you that's
You
telling
think
me
about
that?
the AFC and their quarterbacks. And the NFC, man, doesn't even compare.
Was it you that's telling me that Washington is not picking up the option on their stud defensive player Clayton?
I don't
or
know.
whatever
Chase
his name-
Young.
Chase Young.
I have no idea.
I heard they're not picking
different
him up.
things on him.
Dude, what if we trade to get Chase Young?
That would be cool. Maybe we got some in the works. I don't know. The Los Angeles Rams, the average age of 32. I don't know if there'll be any. They got to be better than last year. I mean, they had a horrible year. So
Well, Detroit at an average age of 27 years old. They probably just got younger with their draft picks.
yeah, it'll be fun to watch. That's funny, dude. You know, somebody was on the radio the other day on Brock and Salk, and was comparing Jackson Smith and Jigba to Cooper Kupp. He said that they have a lot of the same attributes.
Risk
they're-
Cooper
it's
Kupp.
kind of his NFL
yeah, but he's not as good
comparison.
as blocker. I think is what they said.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
we don't.
we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't need that with Kenneth Walker and
Kenneth Walker run by.
Charbonnet.
He didn't even need a block.
Charbonnet.
Charbonnet.
Nice Charbonnet. But
Charbonnet.
let's do it.
What is this? What is that?
Let's do a quick. Let's do a quick Bible verse.
All right,
you know?
let's do
let's
it.
get the focus
What
off
is
of
the Tony Romo picture?
naked Tony Romo.
That's weird.
And,
Naked Tony Romo. We're not showing that, folks. No one wants to see that.
but I've got a verse. I got a verse here.
All right, let's do this.
Matthew 6:33.
Okay.
Um,
Little New Testament.
Seek first the kingdom of heaven. Seek first. I'm gonna botch this right now.
I got to back up in case.
But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you. Yep. Thank you, 7-9 Media.
So what does that
for
mean
backing
to
me
you?
up there?
What does that mean to you, Zach? If all things are going to be added to you, what does that mean? What are
Well,
all things?
I mean, I think we were just talking about this, and we could only all bear our own cross and look within ourselves. But for most people to understand, think about Russell Wilson. After a while, you're talking about Jesus a lot. You're humble, and after a while, do you stop seeking first the kingdom of heaven? Once all those things are added to you, you know what I mean? So I think for me, it just means prioritize. Always put first the kingdom, right? And we don't do it so that everything can be added to us.
No.
But we might have a different. If you seek first the kingdom of God, you might have a different opinion of what added to you means. Because I think we all think added to you means wealth and financial success and big job,
man,
but it could be deeper relationship with your children or more peace inside, or it could be, you know what I mean? Like these things that we
It's a
richer
piece,
friendships.
dude. It's a
Yeah.
piece. I mean, I was telling some people Friday how beautiful it was Friday, right? We just all gathered around. We're just sitting outside having some cigars. We're all talking, hanging out. It's just everybody had a smile on their face, just feeling good. And
I think I saw you outside by yourself at Sherman.
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
yeah, it's just
I'm
me.
Just kidding.
I was talking to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
but when the weather's so great, it's like that sun came out, it was so warm and it felt good and everybody was just in a joyful mood, right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, what if God's just the sun, right? Because he's so great, we can't look at him, you can't see him. But what if that's God? And when it's out and it's warmth and you just feel good, right? You could go, no matter what happenings in your life, if the sun is just on you, it just warms you.
Yeah.
But that's what a relationship with God's like, right? Is if you're truly invested in having a relationship or seeking a relationship and asking questions, those things, you're going to be filled up, and that's what's going to be better.
For sure.
Because if you have a more positive look on life and you're feeling better, you're better at your job, you're a better dad,
Yep.
you're a better husband, you're a better friend, you're
Yep.
all those things, right?
For sure.
And doesn't mean we're without struggle, because I think God brings us through struggle to maybe gain our focus or because he's getting us ready for something.
Right.
But yeah, that was a great verse to bring today.
Seek first the kingdom.
Yeah,
But
love it.
I think
Matthew
that's kind of
6:33.
I think that's the show. Or do we have anything more?
That's the show. I mean, the NFL is truly the best.
It's great
sport.
to have it back. Now we got to wait another 3 months.
How excited? I mean, do any other sports bring an excitement like this around the draft?
No.
No.
You don't even hear about the other. Maybe the NBA, the first 8 picks, but it's kind of
I just want to see you win the lottery.
that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then baseball, they draft like 8,000 people, so you don't really know, and you don't see them for like 5 years because they come up through the minor leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no other drafts that players make impact so quickly.
Yeah.
So from the pros.
Yeah. Did you see the Mariners though wearing their throwbacks?
Those are cool. Love
Dude,
the
I
Mariners.
love the old Mariners colors and I don't know why they changed stuff, right? The originals are so much better.
I know they are. Yeah,
So we'll get a chance to see the Seahawks throwbacks.
that'll
this
be
year.
cool.
I like
That'll
their
be
new
cool.
unis.
I like
now,
their
but
new unis, but I like that they're going to do some throwbacks.
I didn't like the one in between the new ones and the originals.
Same.
Yeah, those are
Same.
just-
It was just kind of an awkward stage. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Seahawk blue.
Just kind of an awkward stage, and then Marshawn Lynch came around, and we, things got better.
Yeah.
Dude, but
Come on. Well, hey, don't forget to answer our trivia question. We want to see everyone's responses. If you're correct in first, we'll get you that coffee
That's right.
gift card from Life Coffee. And also, it'd be really cool. Do you think this is where we ask everyone to give us a topic to talk about? And we want to hear from our listeners also. And we don't just need to talk about sports. We love it. That's why we talk about it. But we would like a topic that you would like to hear Zach and I talk about, which we'll really dive into and do the best that we can with it. Give us a good topic, and we're going to do it. We're going to freestyle it.
Yeah, anything is on the table here.
Anything.
Give us anything, and we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's do it.
Keep it somewhat PG-13 maybe. PG.
Yeah, we want stuff that we can talk about on our podcast because, there's kids looking, there's moms out there, and we always want to be respectful to those. So
Yep.
good things,
And
but-
we're, keep in mind, seek first kingdom of heaven. We're praying for you guys this week, and
yeah.
let's
And
do
if you ever need prayer, reach out to us.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to do a prayer right on the set.
it's a lonely world out there, and we aren't always good about that. Asking
Yeah,
for that,
absolutely. Ask for help. Don't go a day feeling depressed is the word everyone likes to use when they're feeling down,
Yep, for sure.
right? Because you got a friend always.
It's kind of like the off season for the Hawks last year. I was feeling really depressed,
Well, we were.
but
we were.
got a good energy now.
But
Got a
right?
good energy. We got a good team. Gino's here, and I'm excited, man.
And those new draft picks along with our second-year players well, man, we got a lot to look forward to.
And Drew Lock, man.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Anyway, we're closing out the show. I just been waiting for Zach to hit Tiger Woods' head. And
We'll see you next time on Section 325.
Boom! Good night, everybody.